Everything you think you know about life, every belief you've held, every assumption you've made, every rule you thought applied, is about to be rewritten. Not someday, not when the timing finally feels right. Not next week, not next year, but right here, right now, in this very moment, as you hear these words, as your mind opens to something new. Because what I'm about to share will not just tweak the way you think. It will shift the very foundation of how you see yourself, how you perceive the world around you, and how you make the choices that define every moment of your existence. It will challenge what you believed was possible. It will illuminate paths you never noticed before. It will push you to question, to act, and to transform in ways you may have never imagined. 8 concepts, 8 fundamental truths, 8 keys that unlock doors to a life that feels impossible until the moment you decide to embrace them. A life where clarity replaces confusion, where purpose replaces aimlessness, where action replaces hesitation, where you are no longer drifting, but intentionally, relentlessly shaping your destiny. And the journey begins here, begins now, with the willingness to listen, to absorb, and to step beyond everything you thought you knew. These 8 concepts are your map, your compass, and your guide, and they are waiting for you. Life doesn't hand out secrets. It doesn't whisper the answers softly in your ear. It doesn't pause to wait for you to notice or to give you clarity when you think you're ready. Life moves relentlessly, silently, and often without mercy. But if you pay attention, if you truly listen, not just with your ears, but with your mind and your instincts, if you're willing to look beyond the noise, the distractions, the endless chatter that clutters your days, then something extraordinary begins to happen. You begin to see patterns, principles, concepts, hidden rules that govern not only the ordinary flow of life, but the lives of those rare individuals who rise above, who excel, who consistently achieve what others only dream of. The people who are successful, fulfilled, and extraordinary, they don't stumble blindly. They follow frameworks. They live by principles that guide every thought, every action, every decision. These aren't the shallow ideas you skim over in a quote. Forget the moment it leaves your screen or nod at and dismiss. These are deep, structural truths. Frameworks that, when understood and applied, do more than inspire. They shape the very trajectory of your life. They are the difference between drifting through existence and designing a life that bends reality to your intent. So today, we are going to break them down, one by one, slowly, intentionally, with focus, because each concept is a key, and each key opens doors you didn't even know existed. Chapter 1. Own your reality. The first concept is deceptively simple, yet most people never truly live it. It's so basic that we often overlook it, but it is the foundation of everything else. That concept is this: own your reality. Not the version filtered through your fears, your insecurities, your self-doubt, or the judgments of others. Not the story everyone else tells you about who you are supposed to be. Not the convenient excuses that make life feel less overwhelming. Your reality, the one that shapes your actions, your decisions, and your future, belongs to you and only you. Think about it. Every moment you blame circumstances, every second you wait for the world to give you permission, you are handing your power away. Every time you justify why life isn't fair, why you're stuck, or why someone else's rules apply to you, you shrink without even realizing it. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine looking squarely at your life, the successes, the failures, the chaos, the opportunities, and saying, "This is mine. All of it. I am responsible. I am in control." That is when everything begins to shift. That is when the doors you never even knew existed start to appear. Because owning your reality isn't just acceptance. It's reclamation. It's the audacious act of saying, "I will not be a passenger in my own life. I will not let circumstance or society dictate who I am." Own it. Embrace it. Shape it. Mold it with intention. And watch as the world begins to bend, subtly at first, then unmistakably, in response to the person you have chosen to become. Chapter 2. Think in systems, not goals. Goals are fleeting. They tempt us, dazzle us with a finish line, and promise satisfaction once we reach them. But the truth? Most goals fade the moment the initial excitement disappears. Motivation wanes. Life intervenes. And suddenly, the finish line feels further away than ever. Systems, on the other hand, are permanent. They are the invisible architecture behind every extraordinary achievement. They are patterns, rituals, and structures that operate quietly, persistently, whether you feel like it or not. Systems turn small, consistent actions into unstoppable momentum. Most people chase results. They believe progress equals achievement. They focus on outcomes and measure success by numbers, trophies, or recognition. But results are fragile. Systems are resilient. Systems create results naturally, without relying on fleeting inspiration or bursts of effort. Think about it. A goal might say, I want to write a book. A system says, I write 500 words every day, revise weekly, and read one book a week. One is a hope. The other is inevitable. Eat, sleep, think, act. In systems that compound over time. Stack small wins day after day. Let consistency build momentum. Because the truth is undeniable, small, deliberate actions, repeated with discipline, will always outperform grand bursts of energy that burn bright and fade fast. Master systems, and the chaos of life begins to organize itself around you. Focus on outcomes, and you're chasing shadows. Focus on systems, and the future you desire becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Chapter 3. Embrace discomfort. Growth is never born in comfort. It is never cultivated in ease or certainty. Comfort is a trap, a velvet cage that lulls you into stagnation while the world passes by. True transformation, the kind that changes who you are at your core, is forged in the fire of uncertainty, in the tension of the unknown, in the moments that make your heart race and your mind question everything. Every time you step outside of what feels safe, every time you confront fear instead of avoiding it, you expand the borders of your capability. Every rejection you face, every failure you endure, every hard conversation you choose to have instead of running, these are the building blocks of resilience. It's the silent struggles, the unseen battles, the moments when nobody is watching but you, that shape the strongest version of yourself. Each uncomfortable experience stretches your limits, sharpens your focus, and teaches lessons that no book, no mentor, no shortcut can provide. Embrace discomfort. Lean into it. Make it familiar. The moment you stop fearing it, the moment you stop resisting it, you tap into a force that the majority of people will never know. You become unstoppable. Your potential, previously bound by self-imposed limits, suddenly becomes limitless. And in that space, in that tension, life begins to unfold on your terms. Chapter 4. Master your mindset. Your mind is a battlefield. Every single thought you allow to linger is either building you into a stronger, sharper, more capable version of yourself, or quietly breaking you down, eroding your confidence, your clarity, your potential. And the war is relentless. It never stops. It never takes a break. The people at the top 1% of achievers, creators, and leaders, aren't necessarily smarter, luckier, or more talented than anyone else. No, their advantage is far simpler, far more profound. They are disciplined in where they place their attention. They are conscious of the stories they tell themselves, the thoughts they nurture, and the beliefs they allow to shape their perception of reality. Feed your mind ideas that elevate. Surround yourself with questions that expand your understanding. Build habits that reinforce excellence. Choose what you consume, what you watch, read, and listen to, with intention. Because each input is a brick laid in the structure of who you are becoming. Control your mind, and you control your life. Lose control of your mind, and life will control you. Every action, every choice, every opportunity will bend according to the state of your inner world. Master it, guard it, shape it, and the world outside will begin to reflect the power within. Chapter 5. Time is your only currency. Money can come and go. Fame can rise and fade. Influence can shift overnight. But time is the one currency you can never earn back. Every second lost, every hour wasted, is gone forever. Once it slips away, it cannot be reclaimed. And yet, most people spend it carelessly, scrolling endlessly through distractions, worrying about things that will never matter, postponing growth, and waiting for the right moment that never comes. Every hour surrendered to trivialities is a brick removed from the foundation of your future, weakening the structure of the life you could have built. The truly extraordinary understand this truth and act accordingly. They prioritize what truly matters. They invest their hours, not in fleeting pleasures, but in experiences, knowledge, and relationships that compound over time. They protect their attention as fiercely as they would guard treasure. Every conversation, every task, every decision is filtered through the lens of what will truly move their life forward. Stop trading your most valuable asset for distractions that vanish without a trace. Guard it. Invest it. Use it with intention. Because time is your only irreplaceable currency, and how you spend it today determines the life you will inhabit tomorrow. Chapter 6. The Power of Presence. Life doesn't unfold in the past. It doesn't wait for some distant future. It doesn't pause for convenience or clarity. Life happens now, in this very breath, in this fleeting moment that will never return. Yet most people live as ghosts, haunted by what has already happened or distracted by what may come. The world is relentless. It will pull you in 100 directions. Your mind will wander. Thoughts will drift. Worries will creep in, and obligations will demand your attention. And if you are not careful, you will live your entire life as a spectator, reacting to events rather than creating them. The most powerful, the most fulfilled people understand a simple truth: presence is power. Not just physical presence, but mental, emotional, and spiritual presence. To be fully alive is to be fully aware. To notice the subtle currents of life, to feel the weight of your decisions, to listen to the whispers of intuition. When you reclaim presence, you reclaim your life. Every choice becomes intentional. Every action carries meaning. Every moment transforms from background noise into an opportunity. Presence is not a luxury, it is a mastery. And the moment you claim it, you reclaim your power. Chapter 7. Give without expectation. Giving is not merely an act of generosity. It is one of the most powerful forms of leverage in life. True giving goes far beyond simply handing something over or performing a kind act. When you serve, when you create value, when you lift others without hesitation, you set into motion forces that will return to you in ways you cannot possibly predict. The most extraordinary people understand this principle. They do not give because they want recognition, reward, or thanks. They give because they understand that life is an intricate web of energy, and the energy you put into the world will inevitably find its way back to you, often multiplied, often in unexpected forms. But here is the key: give without strings attached. Give without expectation. Expectation is a cage. It binds your generosity, limits your influence, and reduces the flow of life to a transactional ledger. Freedom, the kind of freedom that allows life to surprise, reward, and elevate you, is found when you release the need to control outcomes. Give authentically, intentionally, and without reservation. Every act of service, no matter how small, contributes to a network of influence, connection, and energy that eventually circles back to strengthen your life. This is the silent, invisible power that separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. Chapter 8. Embody consistency, not motivation. Motivation is fleeting. Inspiration is fragile. It arrives like a spark in the night, bright, exciting, but short-lived. It cannot be counted on. It cannot be relied upon to carry you through the grind, the struggle, or the moments when nothing seems to go right. Consistency, on the other hand, is immortal. It is the quiet force that compounds over time. It is the slow, deliberate hammer shaping the life you desire. Every habit, every choice, every small action repeated day after day. These are the bricks that build empires, mastery, and true freedom. Do the work. Show up, even when you don't feel like it, even when excuses tempt you, even when the world seems indifferent. Because the person you are today is the sum of yesterday's habits, and the person you will become tomorrow will be the sum of today's choices. Every action echoes forward. Every repetition sculpts your future. Master consistency, and you master life. Master consistency, and external chaos loses its power over you. Master consistency, and you create a reality that bends to your will, one choice, one action, one day at a time. Motivation will come and go, but consistency lasts forever. These 8 concepts are far more than simple ideas. They are not fleeting thoughts to be nodded at and then forgotten. They are a blueprint, a design for transformation that, if followed, can completely reshape the way you think, feel, and act. They are a compass for the mind, guiding you through the fog of confusion and distraction. They are a map for the soul, illuminating paths that most people never even realize exist. They reveal patterns, principles, and practices that the extraordinary live by quietly, relentlessly, every single day. And the truth is simple, yet profound: apply them. Internalize them. Make them a part of your daily life, and you will watch the trajectory of your existence bend in ways you never thought possible. Every choice becomes sharper, every action more deliberate, every day more aligned with the life you truly desire. Ignore them, however, and life will continue to happen to you. The world will pull. Circumstances will dictate your path. Opportunities will pass unnoticed. Time will slip away, and you will wonder, years from now, why life never gave you what you were capable of achieving. If you're serious about transformation, take one of these concepts today, implement it, test it, live it, and share in the comments below which concept hit you the hardest and why. Subscribe now to the Cypher Phantom, because the journey doesn't stop here, and the next concept might just shatter everything you thought you knew about yourself.